Well, what is up, YouTube fam? So, this video, it's not a reaction video. It's just me. And it's giving y'all a little run through of my day today. Well, being a stay-at-home mom, it is tough. It is tough as all get out. I gotta make sure the kids are up in the morning. I've gotta make sure they're doing school. In the process of that, I'm looking for videos to react to and do. And then once they're done with school, I spend time with them and my wife, and then the night's my time to sit here and edit videos, record videos. I will say it keeps my mind busy. You know, being a recovering addict, I have to keep my mind busy. I have to keep from letting my hands sit and idle. Because, you know, the devil's playground is idle hands. Or idle hands are the devil's playground. So I've got to, being a recovering addict, I've got to make sure my mind is always going and I'm always doing something and not just sitting. Now, when I am like booking it and moving it and doing everything I'm doing, it is good to sit and take a break, like relax and just chill out. But like, I can't just spend my day sitting in a room doing nothing. I can't. And I have worked before. I've worked a couple of jobs. I've worked at McDonald's. I've worked at Dunkin' Donuts. I've worked at Little Caesars. I've worked at KFC. I've worked at Walker and Associates. That's a factory place. Like, I've worked for quite a few places, and I have a really good work ethic. Yeah, you can ask my wife. I just get kind of get out of jobs. Like, it is ridiculous. For example, I'm not going to say which company it was, but one of my most recent jobs, if y'all have seen videos on here, my elbow, if y'all can see that scar right there, right here, I had elbow surgery. To tell you the backstory on that just a little bit, when I was about 10, 11 years old, I took a dirt bike. When I say up the side of a building, I literally went rainbow effect on the side of a building. If it wouldn't have been for my great uncle standing there, I probably would have been seriously hurt. From that accident, though, it was either that accident or when I hit a couple years later, it was that story. A couple years later, and that was a 50 dirt bike. Like I said, a couple years later, I took a 70 dirt bike, and, you know, I thought I was being a little badass. I was cool. I went past my mom and my friends, and I was like, hey, Mom, watch this. And instead of going down on the throttle, because I was about to turn onto a road, so I had to make sure there wasn't a car coming or anything. Instead of throttling down, I went Jesse B. I full throttled the bitch. And I went head first into a building. And we all, in all honesty, we thought right here we were going to have to take a piece of the bike off because it looked like it was impaled into my arm. But that was back when I was young, like in between 10 and 13. Fast forward, I'm working at this company, and on one of my days off, look, I'm allergic to bees, okay? And I guess it's just human nature. I don't freak out and run away, but you can clearly sense that I'm scared, and I kind of walk fast away. Well, a bee got me. Well, it was coming after me, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ran into the carport. My phone is in my hand. I'm like this. I'm talking to my wife. I'm on the phone with her, and I hit the carport like that. Well, because of that, it brought up the injury from the motorcycle wreck I had. It didn't matter how many years had went by, it brought it up. Needless to say, there was a piece of bone just chilling in my elbow. And just a little side note on that, that really pisses me off. Because I had more than 2 doctors. These are like my doctor that I did have, which I've changed doctors now, but my doctor at the time and two different ER doctors told me that it was perfectly normal to have a bone just chilling in your elbow. Like, not where your elbow's connected. Okay? There was a bone chilling just off over here into the side of my arm. Well, I found out that's because I had no medical insurance. Well, then I got medical insurance and it got took care of. The surgeon actually did exploratory surgery to see if he could even get the piece of bone out, which he was successful. He got the bone out, but he also seen where I had my ligaments was torn all the way down to the bone. So he had to replace all of my ligaments to the bone. Okay, before that point, before I got to the point of the surgery, this is back when I was dealing with having no insurance and the medical field not wanting to help. The job I was working for, I was staying in contact with them. Anytime I went to a doctor's appointment, the very next stop before I went home was my job, and I handed them my doctor's notes. I was put out of work for a reason, and I made it clear it was not job related. I was off that day, so I wasn't trying to get workers' comp or anything of the sort. Like, I was doing my part and letting these people know, hey, I can't work. You know, I've got a doctor's note right here telling y'all that I can't work. My arm is in a sling. My arm is also in a makeshift cast. Like, the cast that it forms to your skin and then you wrap it. Yeah, I couldn't work like that, especially with the job title I had. Well, with this job, there's this beautiful thing called a crew app. I went to check the crew app one day to see when I was going to work, and I was kicked out of the crew app. They fired me without even telling me. They didn't call me. They didn't call me into the office when I was up there. Nothing. They just kicked me out of the crew app. That's how I got fired. And like, there's not just that one. There's another one. Another company I worked for. I'm not trying to be braggadocious at all. This is just the truth. I was the it worker at this store. At this store. The president of the company, the vice president, the CEO, the district manager, all the higher ups loved me. Because they would come and do a store check once a month. And every time they would come, I would be working and I would race them. In every station of the restaurant, I would race them. Well, I got out of that one because I am sick as shit. I legit had food poisoning. And the manager on duty knew it. She knew as soon as I got there because I wasn't there 5 minutes and I went running to the bathroom and puked. And it was steady like that for the rest of the day. Well, there was another person there, and this person was alcoholic and didn't have a drink. So, I'm sick, I'm going home. Yet I've puked 10 times before this person puked once. And I'm so white that there were customers saying I didn't look good, okay? Well, fast forward, it's getting to where I'm about to get off work, and I'm standing at a table, and I'm swaying like this because I don't feel good. I've overworked myself. I'm sick, and I shouldn't have even been working. Well, there was customers that heard the manager cuss me out, and without even hearing my side of what happened, I got fired. So, like, I'm a great damn worker, but I guess me and work is just, ugh. I guess I get bad luck, I guess. Because, I mean, I bust butt. I mean, that second restaurant I was just talking about, the president, the vice president, the district manager, all of them wanted me to be a manager. The only thing that was stopping me from being a manager was my record from whenever I was on drugs and in my active addiction. That was literally the only thing stopping me from becoming a manager with this place. These people wanted me to be a manager. Bad. Like, bad. They loved me. But, I mean, now I feel like I've got the best job in the world. Being a stay-at-home mom and wife. And no, it's not easy. You know, you got to make sure your kids are doing your chores. If they're not doing your chores, you've got to get them, remind them to do their chores. If they're not doing it the correct way, go in and help them. Help them with their homework, help them with their school. Because, yes, our kids are homeschooled, but even though they're homeschooled, they still have homework. I know, it sounds a little crazy, but they still have homework. And the homework is mainly for them to do on the weekends. That's not like an everyday thing. That's just so they're still doing school, and yeah. But, and just to let y'all know, we have 4 kids. Okay, 2 of them are in school, and they do it not virtually, but they go online. Their schooling is online, and both of them, our 2 daughters, this makes me so proud to say, they are both on AB honor roll. One of our daughters was failing. She was failing miserably. She just, I guess, reading and writing was boring to her. She couldn't stand it. She hated doing it, so she refused to do it. And she ended up with a 5%. Well, that little girl, within a week, no, not a week, 2 weeks, has turned that around, and now she's on AB honor roll. She buckled down, and she started doing it, and done the work, and done her homework, and now she's AB honor roll. Like, it makes me extremely happy. It really does. But, yeah, being a stay-at-home mom, it's no easy task. It's not. Being a stay-at-home parent, it's no easy task. Some people will sit here and say, oh, well, you don't do anything all day. Yes, the hell you do. From the time you wake up until the time the kids go to bed, you are moving. And even after the kids go to bed. Even after. Because you got to go double check the chores, and if they didn't do the chores the correct way, some parents will go wake their kids up and have them do it. We do that sometimes, and there's other times we'll just go ahead and do it, and then tell them in the morning, hey, you didn't do your chore right, and just bop them on the back of the head. But, yeah, you're going all the time. Like this past weekend, their pawpaw was actually nice enough to watch them for the weekend. So me and her could have a break. Even in that break, I did sleep literally all day Saturday. I ain't gonna lie. I slept Friday. I slept all day Friday. Literally all day. And I wasn't even meaning to. Like, I had full intentions of getting up and doing a couple of videos and chilling and spending time with my wife. No, my body said otherwise. My body said, bitch, you're done. You're done. You're exhausted. No more. So, I caught up on my sleep, but even when the kids aren't here, I'm still going. I'm still moving. I'm still doing something. And, I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I tell everyone that the kids they drive me insane to the point I'm sane. And what I mean about that is kids, without being a parent, kids can drive you crazy. They can drive you absolutely crazy. But it's a type of craziness that I like. It's a type of madness that I like. Because there's always something going on. And they keep me on my toes. Each and every single one of them. And my wife. They all make me want to be a better person. They make me want to be better than I was the day before. And that right there helps me fight. As hard as it is, there are times that I do have triggers and I won't say anything. And I get over it. I do. I'll look at my wife, or I'll look at my kids, or I'll hug my wife, or I'll hug my kids. And I'm over it. Because they are what matters to me. My family is what matters to me. Drugs don't mean shit to me. They did at one point in my life, but not anymore. Now, my full attention and my full focus is on my family. But I'm not going to keep this too much longer. It's already 15 minutes. I can talk. Lord, can I talk? But if y'all like this video, me just giving some about my story and how I do it on a day-to-day basis, being a recovering addict and a stay-at-home mom and wife, if you like this, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment and subscribe. Well, see y'all in the next one.